Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an Outlaw Trails story, a video on an Outlaw Trails story. I'm titling this one Last Stand at Reese's Well. I was playing Outlaw Trails years ago. My friend Bobby was running the game, and I was joined by my other friends Larry, Randy, Earl, and Kevin. We were traveling through northern New Mexico on our way to California. We came upon a camp of 3 wagons with 14 people, 7 adults, 7 children. These people were farmers. They were looking to, one guy was a miner, but the rest were farmers. And they too were heading to California. We decided to travel together for safety. And that was very common in the Old West. You find somebody traveling the same way, you stick with them because you never know what you run into. It's better to have help than not. The first 3 days were pretty uneventful. We got to know the people. The 3 families were pretty cool. They treated us well. I want to say one of our guys, as I recall, I think it was Randy, had made a deal to help the miner when they got to California. If they could find a claim, they could work it and split it. That way, to get more money out of it. So it was a good traveling situation for everybody. They had extra rifles in case they ran into trouble. We had people with home cooked meals and things like that, so we could, it worked out good. Unfortunately, on the 4th day, we caught sight of smoke signals. Now, Earl's character had been a U.S. cavalry scout, and Kevin's character had lived with Navajo for a few years. So between the two of them, they could read smoke signals. They deduced that we were smack dab between 2 large groups of Apache. They knew that we were there and were planning to attack as soon as the bulk of them got there. We had about a day or two before hundreds of Apache would descend from the mountains and kill us all. We rode and we rode hard. We drove those horses hard, trying to get the wagons out of the area. By nightfall, we reached an old adobe house called Reese's Well. Reese's Well was an old sod and adobe house with the remains of an adobe wall enclosure. There was a well, and it sat right in the middle of a mountain pass. Travelers had used it for a long time just to stop and refill their water and like that. This was the only water for quite some distance in both directions. So this mountain pass was a serious thing. The families got some sleep in the house while we stood guard. Now, while it was dark, we talked, and we decided between all of us that we would send the wagons on ahead and we would stay behind to try to delay the Apache. We had our horses so we could escape if we got the opportunity. We weren't planning on dying here, but those families needed to they needed a chance. So we were going to try to give them that chance. About an hour after the wagons left, the first attack came. We killed 16 of them and wounded about twice that many before they retreated. Randy suffered 1 minor arrow wound. That was about it, because we had good cover behind the walls. And the Apaches were coming up the mountain pass on foot. Very few of them had horses. 3 hours later, the second wave came. We killed about a dozen, wounded 7 or 8 more before they retreated. My character was hit badly, I mean real bad, and was out of the fight. I was barely as I recall, I had 1 hit point left, so I was barely conscious. At noon, the third wave came up the pass. The rest of them killed 3, but wounded about a dozen or so before the Apaches fled back down the pass. Larry was wounded, but Earl was killed. Earl's character died. They moved Larry back into the house with me, and at about 4 p.m., the 4th attack came. The player characters killed 6 of them, wounded at least 4, before Kevin and Randy were killed. The Apaches got inside the walls. Larry and I were in the house. We held it for 5 hours before they got in and killed us. And it got to the point where we were shooting and covering for each other while we reloaded, and it just wasn't good. The 3 wagons made it to safety thanks to our sacrifice. Bobby gave us, luckily, Bobby understood what we were doing, and for our nobility, he gave us tons of experience when we made up our new characters, and so we could continue playing. Bobby is an excellent and imaginative game master, and he had pity on us because we tried to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was a fun game, and we went on and played more under Bobby and in his game, and it was absolutely fun. If you enjoy my content, it would really help me out if you could hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share my content on all of your social media platforms, and post a comment or two. Remember, I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. And check me out over on Rumble for my political commentary and weekly current events. If you enjoy a good book, check out my author page on Amazon.com. My pen name is H.L. Anderson. You can find all of my books there, including the one pictured here, Outlaw Trails, the game I was just talking about. It's published, it's out there. You guys can get it. It's designed to be very simple to play. You need that and a set of dice like the ones on my arm. You can look at other pictures of me and find it. Standard Dungeons & Dragons dice, gaming dice. 20-sided, 2 10-sided, a 12-sided, a 8-sided, a 6-sided, and a 4-sided. That's what you're going to need to play. But if you get the book and the dice, you can literally play that game forever. And it's very simple. It's designed to be simple so that it's not real complex. Keeps you in the moment. It's fast-paced. Lots of action. And you get to go play in the Old West. You get to go on cattle drives. You get to go hunt down bad guys. You fight bandits or whatever you want to do. Hope you get it and hope you like it. And there's a lot of other stuff on my author page there at H.L. Anderson on Amazon. Hope you find something you like. I hope you enjoy it. That's all I got for this one. Hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all.